we're joined now by Rise Politics editor Sambo. Sambo, good to see you as always. And well, the countdown has begun already. This is May, and Nigerians are excited. Now, time for us to start, well, getting the people to understand what this is about. The last inauguration many saw was about 8 years ago. So take us through the process. We've listened to...
precisely 4 years ago, actually. It started from 8 years.
Well, it's not the same with the new administration because
when you say
because that's the point you're trying to make there. Great.
All right. This is a very symbolic occasion, a time where Nigerians come together to stand, with their leader, irrespective of the challenges of statehood. There's a lot of preparation that goes into that day. The armed forces will have to show their allegiance to their new commander-in-chief. And of course, just like that story said, the event is usually done at the Eagle Square, which is in the central business district of the nation's capital, Abuja. And, we've always had lots of people who believe in the possibilities of Nigeria on the continent and then across the world coming to such occasions. Nelson Mandela was here with us in 1999. People like Desmond Tutu, people like Paul Kagame, interestingly, who is still around as president. Yeah, I mean, there are so many of them, including the former late Zimbabwean leader, Robert Mugabe. I mean, he was there in 1999, and in 2015, he still made it a point to be at President Buhari's inauguration. What does that tell us? That the position of Nigeria is a well-respected position in the Committee of Nations. I mean, in 1999, you could see, we've never had any inauguration like that of 1999. Top leaders of the world came to mark the return to democracy for us as a black nation on earth. So as we prepare towards May 29, irrespective of the challenges that we have, and then, of course, with the squabbles that we already have at the moment, which is to be decided by the judiciary, we have to present ourselves as a nation that's governed by laws. Absolutely. Where we have to understand that the instrument of state would have to be handed over to someone because there is no room for vacuum.
There cannot be any vacuum. Absolutely. Yes. So, recall, I am for everyone and not for anyone. That's Buhari's speech in 2015. What kind of speech really should we be looking forward to from a president? Well, newly sworn in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what should he be saying at that inauguration?
Coincidentally,
considering where Nigeria is right now.
Then, some of Tinubu's team helped Buhari to draft some of those things he said. And so now that it's going to be Tinubu himself, he's always got some very good people around who know how to, put speeches together. When it comes to PR, Tinubu is very good at doing all those razzmatazz, and he has a global think tank. I mean, people from different parts of the world who help to put such things to him.
With the mood of the nation.
Yes, with the mood of the nation right now, there's going to be a lot that will be said, and I don't want to focus on that because it's the believability of what's going to be said that I want us to focus on.
Fantastic.
Yes, the APC and the president-elect and his vice president-elect have been trying to prepare the nation in such a way that they are canvassing unity. But if we go back to the campaigns and what happened after the elections and all of that, would a lot of Nigerians believe whatever the president-elect and his vice president-elect will be saying on the day that they will be sworn in? That's the greatest challenge that's going to face Tinubu, not what he's going to say, because I can tell you that with the PR strategies that he has, he's going to tell Nigerians those things that our itchy ears would want to hear. But my greatest problem that I'm going to have with whatever he's going to say and his handlers is that of believability. Because when you hear someone saying that power is something, quickly, when you hear someone saying that power is something that you should grab by all means, irrespective of how you're able to get it, a lot of people are beginning to mark some of the things that he will do in government from that perspective.
Right. Right, and I just forgot what I was going to ask about. But let's talk about very quickly. Of course, the ongoing litigation. You say, in spite of all of that, we're still going to have an inauguration anyway. Now he's put in place a 13-man committee, inauguration committee, that has not failed to raise some questions too, as to some parts of the country not being represented in that particular committee. It tells some people that maybe it might just be the complexion of the Tinubu administration when it comes on board. Is that something to be concerned about at all?
We have to all be concerned about that, because these are the same challenges that Buhari faced. Instead of facing the issues of nationhood and trying to bring everyone together, these unnecessary things that are very pedestrian at times, you'll see them popping up, because the thinkers, the handlers, the strategies behind these people are not thinking beyond, the winner takes all mentality, which our presidential system is all about. But nonetheless, we are supposed to have built a system that goes beyond that, not plain exclusionary politics that seems to make certain people or certain parts of the country feel as if they are not, part of, our nationhood. Look at what Buhari said, 97.5%. I mean, should a statesman have been saying that? Someone who had been counting on the votes of Nigerians since 2003 to put him there. He cried and shed tears, saying that he was going to unite the nations, and for that not to happen. These steps should not be repeated by Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Well said that they must not be repeated. But again, quickly here before you go, let's hazard a guess of what should be in that speech on the day, knowing full well you've taken us back in time, the campaigns, and here we are looking towards an inauguration. What are those things, if you were given the chance to say, Mr. President, I'm going to pen this for you? What do you hope to get in that particular speech?
The spirit of nationhood, bringing us back to what our leader said on the 1st of October 1960. What exactly was the founding father's dream for Nigeria? I think if Tinubu is able to go back to Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa's speech and juxtapose it with what we had with former President Shehu Shagari's speech, he'll be able to find a solution to our problems there. Because these people were very definite in understanding the task of nationhood ahead of them, irrespective of the challenges that they had then. And then if you now bring together what the late President Musa Yar'Adua had said about how to heal the wounds of the country through justice to people by ensuring that even though his own election that brought him to power was tainted, he was going to look for a solution to the problem so that the next president wouldn't inherit those challenges. So if Tinubu is able to signpost those things and see how we can realign our nationhood with the dreams of our forefathers and not forgetting the errors or the challenges we would have had, linking it up with the burgeoning youth unemployment on how to solve that problem, including how to reform our armed forces, not to be a bone of contention in our polity. Because I mean, we would have heard some people canvassing interim national government and all of that, just when we are thought that nobody should ever be thinking of the military.
And it's a good thing, that the military, always use this opportunity to stress the allegiance.
Yes, and that's why you have all the branches of the military being there, and they will pledge their allegiance to the president-elect. And the president-elect must understand that when he assumes that power as the president of the country, it's a different ball game. The secrets of the country, all the ornaments of power, the instruments of statehood are being handed over. It's a sacred oath. And the APC must never see it as a party's victory. It's a national institution. It's a country that we have to run. And so the spirit of division that we are beginning to see must be done away, especially when we will be thinking of having our National Assembly leaders and all of that. APC has been seen from a perspective of being exclusionary in its politics. Remember when the Olisametu of the PDP used to call it the Janjaweed Party, later it became the Muslim Party. APC must move away from there and face governance, nationhood, and that should be devoid of exclusionary politics.
Somna Sambo couldn't have said it any better. Arise News Director there, joining us on News.